Now we need to talk about how that team makes a great program and how you market that program. So this is part 7 of our 9-part series on starting a transitional housing facility. And in today's episode, we're going to talk specifically about what things you need to do to attract the right residents and the right supporters to what it is that you're building. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, as you do this work, I'm just going to say it's all about the power of your message. It's what is it that you are creating? Because if you're creating something powerful, especially unique, you want to be able to tell the world about it. Now, as I think back to when I first started, I have been in this space in this particular mission probably since about 2017. So for the last 8 years, we have this model. And I can say when I first started, the messaging was clear. And I'll say, had I stuck with consistently applying it, I'm probably bigger than I ever could imagine. Like, I don't think it takes as long, like 8 years is a long time. I believe had I built out a very powerful way in which I could do this model. Now it's clearly there. We've got traction now, but dang, that was like 8 years ago. So I want to encourage you as you get into this space to determine what your powerful message is. So this is where you're going to take some time again and think about the niche you're going to serve, the residents you're going to serve, who's all going to be involved. And I want you just to visualize that. And where do you see yourself in that vision? Do you see your, like, whatever that end is, whatever it is, that's your vision. Okay. Now that you know what it is, what is your messaging around that? Taking the time to create the story that is going to not only attract the people to your program, because they're going to want that, but it's also going to create and attract the agencies, the donors, the community, volunteers. All of it is around that message. So take some time to determine what that powerful message is. And you're going to create that clear mission and the story behind it. Because there's a story behind everything. I know that many of you have been following me for years, and you know my message around what it is that I do and why it is that I do what I do. And that is how I have evolved. Because clearly when I lost my job and I thought the entire world had kicked me in the gut, and I felt it, like I feel it even now, sometimes I'll still feel what it felt like. But that's the thing that propelled me into the space that I'm in now, and what I wanted to do for other people and show them how to do this very thing that I know how to do now. So that has driven me since a long time, but clearly since 2017, that's my story. So I'm able to come up with a clear mission that I focus on, and then I'm able to communicate that story, because that story is what brings people in. That story is what people want to be a part of. So as you think about what your story is, take the time to create that. Because that powerful message, crafting it, getting it to where it's something people can relate to, that is going to be the beginning of you engaging other people and getting on board with what it is that you believe in. So I want to stress the importance that over everything else is the strongest, because without that, what else do you have? You've got to have a story and you've got to have a mission, because that is going to be the foundation of what's going to help you build and grow your transitional housing facility. Now, those of you who found me on social media, you found me because of my passion. You found me because of my mission and my purpose. So what you need to determine from that is then what platform will you use to be able to communicate. Now, you might not be a communicator on Facebook or on YouTube. It doesn't have to just be there. You just have to figure out how are you communicating that effectively at meetings that you go to, because you're going to be creating that, but you want to be able to have a sound, solid plan after you know what your message is. How are you going to communicate that message? What are the methods that you're going to use, the mediums you're going to use to be able to get the job done? Because that is what, and then what are like newsletters? Like you can be creative. It doesn't have to be, like I said, social media. It could be a flyer you create that talks about what it is that you do, a newsletter. And then after you get that developed, because the goal is that you're building trust and credibility with people. And when you can build that trust and credibility with people by reaching out to them, these people who are going to get to know you in this space, find a way in which you can communicate that. Because that will help you then as you share your message. For a long time, I've been resistant of this. And I don't know why. Other than I probably just didn't want to be in front and, oh my gosh, I overprocessed it in my head. And now it's a part of who I am because I love the people it's bringing to me. People like you, thank you, who are wanting to do this work with me as a compassionate investor. Like that is what I love and thrive on. So I would say get out of your own way when it comes to doing this, because how else will they know unless you have a way in which you can communicate it? Because as you communicate it, now people get to know your heart. They get to know what God called you into. They get to see what you're passionate about. And guess what? People can give just to your little local area as you're on across a platform across the country. Like it doesn't matter. Like the world is your oyster when you get to create like this, because it's bigger than this. It's bigger than you. It's your purpose. Whatever it is that you're doing, that is your message. That's your powerful message. And you have to find a way to get that message out to the world. So I want to encourage you to do the things that are uncomfortable first, because when you do that, you'll reap the rewards from that. And ultimately, the kingdom will reap the rewards of what you're creating. Because I'm always talking about transforming the world. You can't transform the world sitting there not transforming yourself. And this is a part of transformation, stepping out of your own way. Now, as you think about, now you've got your powerful message. Now you've got the ways in which you can communicate that message. Where are you going to do it? Who are you going to communicate it to? This is where you're going to build in and create those community partnerships with people who are on board with the same things that you're on board with, and events that you can attend, because that's how you need to start building, is building relationships with other people, with churches, with nonprofits, with other with agencies. This is how you're going to build and grow, because they are the ones connected to where you want to go. So as you think about who you're serving, make a list of the people that you want to connect with and the churches that you're going to want to be a part of. But who knows, your local church. You might be able to create something at your local church that feeds this. So however you want to create it, the sky is the limit. But you don't want to dismiss those relationships that you can be building over time that'll help you expand your vision and expand your purpose to the people that you want to reach. So if you've got your local church that you go to, or maybe they have you have your Chamber of Commerce. There's so many different places you can tap into. Nonprofits, as I said, other agencies that support the population that you serve. But I want to encourage you to get connected. And I'll even say local government officials. However, I like working with agencies and churches to get those things moving around. You can't always, because you have to understand we're in a political climate. Everything is political. So I would just say, as you consider your government officials, align with those people who have a heart like you have a heart. Because I can just speak from experience, working with the COC is an amazing organization that you can be a part of, and you can find some amazing relationships there. But you also have to understand the political climate of the area in which you live. So I want to tell you to just make sure as you get into that space for yourself that you get to move with your heart, and your heart will lead you as the other people who are going to be there to support you, because that's the goal, is to create partnerships and collaborations that are going to work well. And you have to just keep your awareness up and have some discernment. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. The last part is, as you look at potential events that you can participate in, you can participate in fundraising events. You can partner with agencies that have fundraisers, but your goal is to get yourself out front and partner with people who have like-minded spirits like you, who can help you as you navigate this new space, because this is new for you. And that messaging that you have is critical to yours. That is the thing that will propel you forward. It's just those relationships that you build are going to really help you. So I hope that this particular segment, or this particular part of our 9-part series, has really blessed you, because you want to be able to grow with your messaging. And as we move into our next part, because we're at the last 2, you're going to want to pay attention to these last 2 parts of this 9-part series as you grow and focus on starting your own transitional housing facility. So get out there and transform the world, because it's going to start with you first before you can touch anyone else. And we'll go ahead and see you at the next episode.